Good afternoon, everybody. We thought we'd just lob in as we're getting closer to the season starting, with transfers being completed, and obviously I should imagine within the next 2 or 3 weeks we'll be starting to look at getting the next season started. It's been a fantastic time for me. Been involved, absolute cracking set of lads, and everybody's been so welcoming, and I can't thank everybody enough for obviously the experience of it so far. It's been brilliant. But let's get on to the season. That's sum it up in one word: disappointing. Yeah, definitely. Inconsistent, probably more the word I should be looking for. I started with obviously a very good draft squad. Again, down on me for not being able to mould that and get to where I expected. I thought I could aim for. I was aiming for in and around 6. To be fair, I think that's your main aim when you're coming up against some shrewd managers that are very much used to this level, season in, season out. So yeah, form very erratic. It were okay start. I'd have taken that 3 wins in 6 all throughout the season, to be fair. Obviously, as was well documented at the time, the 3 wins were away, obviously defeats at home. But I've got to take a lot of positives out of quite a few of the sides. We did take points off. No disrespect to Fife when I say this, we took 4 points off Fife. We took a point off Greavesy. We obviously took 3 points off Odgie. Anybody else up there? Obviously not Gazelles and not Scott. We took a point. We got robbed of 3 points off Fulchester and comprehensively beaten at their place. So we have proved that we can put up some performances against the better sides and the sides up the top, which gives me a lot of confidence going into the new season. Transfer business in the season, I needed to go in after the initial draft because there was no way I was going into a Super League season with the strike force of Chris Sutton, Emil Esky and Nicolaitis being my top 3, so that certainly wasn't going to happen. Mid-season transfer business was where it turned it round a little bit for me. Obviously a couple of players after the season started sort of rear their head and become available due to non-performance or just not getting picked. It's where Crespo come in. I am quite proud of what I got out of Crespo. I was hoping after he got the hat-trick against Dragons towards the end, I was hoping to try and be able to get him to double figures. He needed 2 goals in the games after that, which certainly not beyond the realm of possibility with his capabilities. Maybe I was asking a little bit too much in Super League, but if he'd have finished in 10 in 13, that'd have been absolutely superb. I think 8 in 13, if you put that over the 26 games of the season, if he could be that consistent, 16 goals for somebody that doesn't do it, whereas the second and third scorers in the league were both sat on 16 in Collins and Clivert. So I think that'd be a really good season. So the aim's probably in around 15 goals for him this coming season. Be interesting to see how many more he scores or how many less he scores, because he's going to be playing in the 2 majority of the season. Obviously depending how it goes, obviously. There's going to be little to no tinkering. I know that I was a bit gung-ho sometimes. It wasn't as bad when you watch it all back as was spoken about, and I'd say there were a couple of tweaks by other managers which were probably less noticeable because they were on times I probably went a little bit mad, especially like the one against Gazelles, which were pretty well known. Not the happiest of moments getting a record Super League defeat, but that's down at the formation I played without a shadow of a doubt. One thing I've looked to do in the transfer business coming, I don't know if it's a lack of mentality by the players or the instructions by me. I think all my wins, I don't think there were any that were nicked. I can't remember nicking a point either. Whereas we had it done quite consistently to us. The amount of goals I conceded on 45 and on 90 minutes is quite concerning, really. Maybe that was due to having the old legs of Tony Adams at the back. I don't know, but at the start of the season he was getting 8s every game and he was fairly consistent through the season, apart from the last 5 which saw him not finish the season playing. So we're looking to eradicate that this season. I mean, we've got I think I can only remember one time where I tried or just about nicked a result. I was at home against Scott, and Youngberg scored in the 87th minute, if I remember rightly. I thought I'd got a draw after being better than him in the second half. He absolutely battered me first half and only got a goal for it. And then all for Gary Neville to just pop up in 90th minute to take the 3 points from him. So yeah, that definitely needs sorting out for the season coming. Lack of draws, I think that's a lot to do with the lack of, one, the defensive capabilities in last minutes of games and halves. Two, I can't imagine the players I've had have got the softer mentality, though. That's the thing. So be interesting to see. We know David sat there this season, who on the face of it was my best player. I would certainly say Tomasi and Mazzantini I'd probably credit with being a little bit better, because them coming in actually turned my season round and started stringing a few results together. 1-4 drew, one in a 5-game spell at one point, which put us back into playoff contention, and then just went on a run. I think there were 3 games on bounce, so lost, didn't score, which again massively concerning, just put us right out of the race. Transfer business for the upcoming season. I'm extremely happy with. Added to the firepower up front with proven Super League quality. So a front three of Alyssa Derby, Crespo, with Amoroso behind them should be stronger than anything I've played this last season. Then probably sat behind that, we're probably going to have season 2 Van der Vaart sat with Lee Bowyer, who for me one of the best central midfielders on the game. You've got your Emerson, you've got, well, to an extent, you've got Barry Ferguson as an out-and-out centre midfielder who can play. I know he can play right centre, but I don't think there's many better on game from that, so I'm really happy with that. Rustico did get a rough time. I know Ryan clicked on his stats, and I was a little bit surprised by him, but he said he always thought it was season 1, but every time I've started a season and looked at his stats, he's always been sort of 13s for tackling, heading, blah blah, but his stats really good. I did have a little bit of interest in him from other clubs, but I've seen he's been there, done it in the Super League, so probably going to be starting with the centre half pair of him and Ayala, with Kufre behind. I think they're going to be my main 3 this coming season, which Kufre, when he did come in after Adams, had that really bad game. He did play really well at 7s and 8s, so really happy with that. So yeah, we go on. I think this season coming up as well is going to be tougher than this season gone. The initial draft made the teams extremely even. Transfer business for 1 or 2 clubs maybe could have changed that a little bit, but the transfer business I've seen now is even more than evened it back up, in my opinion. So looking at, everybody looks stronger, which obviously is it's great for the league, great for everybody that watches it. Concern for the managers, obviously, but I'm massively looking forward to getting back to it. And all them Dragons lads are spouting. When they get a decent goal scorer, they might have a chance of winning this bet, where they're all paying 2 pence, but it don't really matter, because they're all going to be forking it out for charity anyway. No way they're going to finish above me, because all I have to do is finish 13th or above. So massive thanks for everybody welcoming me into the league. Massive thanks to Martin and Ryan, the amount of time and effort that they put into allowing us idiots to just play a game with his favourite players and battle amongst each other for players and this, that and other. It's superb. And obviously everybody else outside of it, in the position that I were in, a lot of it's down to yourselves as well. The interaction, all the extras you all do, it's absolutely phenomenal. And I think for me, after watching for the last few seasons, it's been the most inclusive and interactive season that I've seen personally. Long may it continue. So right, I'll stop boring you all now. It's nearly 10 minutes long, and we'll see you next season, and ill for the playoffs. Here we go.